Hi and welcome to another week's episode of Fun with Whole Foods. This week we're once again showcasing our beautiful superfood of the month, the aubergine or eggplant, and we're going to be making some brownies, so pretty cool. To start with, take an aubergine, chuck it into the oven at gas mark 5 for 25 minutes to roast it. Just hold, you don't need to do anything to it. Then you get it out, you can let it cool a bit, say if you want to chuck it in while dinner's cooking the night before, that's cool. And now we're just going to roughly chop it up, take the top off, there's the compost. Whee! We're going to roughly dice it and blend it. So, how finely you dice it depends on how much work you want to do and how much work you're going to let the blender do. So a lot of the healthy market aimed snacks sweeten themselves with dates, and I'm not a lover of dates, so I'm going to be using prunes instead. And we're going to put 1/4 cup of them just in with the aubergine, and I tend to put them in about half in the midpoint of the aubergine, so there's some liquid already with them when they get to hit the blender blades. There we go, squishy squish. Get ready with our blender, and we're going to blend this all down until it's a nice, smooth, liquidy, pasty thing. You can see lots of water gets released, it's fine. So you're not going to get it completely smooth. I don't know if you can see, there's still a few bits in it because of having the skin of the aubergine, which we want to keep full of nutrients, and the prunes in there. So our next step is going to be our dry ingredients. I'm going to make sure I'm checking my checklist as I put these in. So we're going to start off with organic cacao powder. Aldi recently had a sale on, so, well, it won't be so recent by the time this video is out, but it means I'm quite stocked up on Aldi stuff. So 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and we're going to have 1/4 cup of ground almonds or almond flour, because these are completely grain free, and then we're going to use coconut flour. And we're going to use 1/4 cup of that, which I know sounds a lot. This is like the 4th iteration of this recipe, and I've been adding more and more because so much water comes out of the aubergine, and more will come out as you're baking it. So this combination lends the best fudgy texture. These are fudgy brownies, not cakey brownies. I do not do cakey brownies, I do cake. And then we're going to take maca powder, and I'm using this, where's the teaspoon measure, to sweeten and for the malty flavour that it brings, because it just helps, malty flavour. It's a bit like Maltesers, and it just helps bring a bit of more sweetness to it and a bit more depth of flavour to the whole brownies. 1 teaspoon of maca in there. And you know, apparently it's good for you. Apparently it's high in fibre, high in protein. I'm not entirely sure I'd agree with those assessments. But it's supposed to have all sorts of wonderful nutrients, which I'm sure I will get to in my blog post. I will as I always do, post up all the wonderful nutritious benefits of my recipes. So we're going to just give our dry ingredients a quick mix. You'll notice I'm not using any baking powder or baking soda today, mostly because I like really fudgy, dense brownies. I don't feel the need to try and aerate these at all, because you get a bit of aeration anyway from the ground almonds. So blend our dry ingredients, and then we're going to add in our beautiful, beautiful paste. That was a bit of a rude noise. So I'm going to scrape it off the blender. Scrapey, scrapey, scrape. You know, and it's quite thick, so it will be inside as well. Do not use your hands next to the blade. Use a wooden spoon. I'm not responsible if you decide to put your fingers in there and you lose a finger. You have been warned. And then we're going to scrape out the contents like this. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy goodness. Right, and then to add some fat to it, we're going to use some almond butter. Again, Aldi, it was so cheap. I'm going to use just 1 tablespoon. And, you know, I'd use an egg otherwise, but why not use almond butter? Get a bit more different nutrient profile in there and make it vegan friendly. So, 1 tablespoon of almond butter, just to make it, I love almond butter, really juicy and squidgy, and then we're going to mix it to get all in. I'm going to go quite slowly with our mixing because we don't want the powder to go everywhere, and then as it comes together we'll beat it a bit more. Right. So as you can see, this looks really quite dry for a brownie mix, but trust me, that aubergine is going to be releasing more fluid in the oven. So we're going to take brownie pan and we're going to dump it in. I know, it looks almost like cookie dough. Trust me, it's going to come out all squidgy and gooey and lovely like brownies. And then just press the mix into the pan using a spoon or the back of your fingertips. All depends on how messy you want to get. Just make sure that's nice and evenly spread. I'm so excited. I love brownies and these are so tasty. Of course, no eggs, you can quite happily eat the raw dough. And then we're going to top this. What happens is my last recipe, I forgot to stir in the nuts in the batter. So I just chucked them on top instead, and I decided there was a pretty cool way to eat my brownies. So we're going to take 1/4 cup of pecans and we're going to sprinkle them evenly over the top. This is an optional step, but I find when you're doing the healthier baking, you've not got the reactions between the sugars. The tops can look a little bit dull, so doing something like this, it just makes them look more aesthetically pleasing. So sprinkle and then just push them in to the dough so that they'll be nice and secured. And then we're going to pop this yumminess in the oven. And I'm going to cook it for half an hour, during which time I'm going to run and squish in a workout because it's a really busy day today. And I'll see you back down here when they're cooked and we're ready to go. So have a great 2-second break by the time I put this together. And I really do, when you're baking them, encourage you to find something to do with that half an hour. It's a perfect slot for putting in a workout or some form of activity that you enjoy. So I've had a great back and bicep workout. Look at that pump. Well, these have been cooking and now I smell yumminess, so it's time for me to get them out of the oven and try to wait long enough for them to cool before I dive in. So let's grab some oven gloves. Oh, they smell so yummy. And here we have some beautifully cooked brownies. As with most cakes, once you start smelling them really strongly, they're done. And if you can feel squidgy, but it's not, it's got a bit of spring back. So I would cut this into 9, which I'll do in a couple of seconds after it's cooled down. And then you end up with 9 beautiful brownies, about that sort of size. They're a little bit thin, but I don't have a baking tray that would make them not too chunky to cook through. So they're beautiful the next day as well. They get yummier and fudgier as time goes on. So bake these up, enjoy them, eat everything you eat, absolutely guilt-free. But these are packed with micronutrients, vitamins and minerals that will really help you to feel your best and to fuel you to be your best. So have a great week everyone, and I will see you all next week for another episode of Fun with Whole Foods.